When I was little, my father was famous. He was the greatest samurai in the empire, and he was the shogun's decapitator. He cut off the heads of 131 lords. It was a bad time for the empire. The shogun just stayed inside his castle, and he never came out. People said his brain was infected by devils. My father would come home, he would forget about the killings. He wasn't scared of the shogun, but the shogun was scared of him. Maybe that was the problem. Then, one night, the shogun sent his ninja spies to our house. They were supposed to kill my father, but they didn't. That was the night everything changed.
Sometimes you gotta fasten back. See, niggas know.
A charge. The iron rod acts as the positive terminal in the battery, and the copper tube acts as the negative terminal. The battery quite clearly registers an electrical charge of approximately 1 volt. There are many various theories as to what this electrical supply could have been used for, from medicine to religion, yet some question if it was used to generate power at all.
And the Baghdad battery is one of those great stories, but for me as an archaeologist, I'm afraid it doesn't quite work.
Yet there is one theory which many experts believe is the most likely use of the Baghdad battery.
The Baghdad battery didn't produce much power, perhaps a little over a volt, but that would have been sufficient to allow silver to be plated with gold. What the Baghdad battery shows then is that electroplating is another ancient discovery.
It is thought that the practice of electroplating one metal over the top of another is a modern invention. Yet with the Baghdad battery, perhaps the ancients had also mastered this art. The gold in the solution is attracted to the coin, and in only a few minutes the coin has been completely coated in gold. The Baghdad battery seems to prove a remarkable theory, that people living thousands of years ago were able to generate small amounts of electricity.
Popped it inside the AR-15, put it aside, round up the regime. While you rely on religion, I hold a 9 on a mission to pour fire on y'all's position. Revelation was the vision of this. Crack the heavens, it's time to bring the business. Shit, my story goes back to the Mars pyramids. I seen things that you wouldn't believe exist. You use a lunar tick, suspended in time, done. The secondary light got your mind. You rock the fatigues, subscribing to popular guns, but are you really prepared for the things to come?
What the fuck? What are you doing? What? Who touched it? Who told you to touch it? I will fucking kill you. Don't ever touch that fucking shit again. I'm a fiend for a big dirty bassline. When I hear one, I have a great time. A bit of butterman's all I require. I let the bassline take me higher. My friends think that it's a bad habit, but I'm just like, fuck you, damn it. If you take my bass away, I'll blow your fucking face away. You might think I'm over the top, but when I hear that bassline drop, I just can't control my actions, but I still feel satisfaction. So don't come around here whinging. I just wanna hear the bassline rinsing, and we could just skank out all day. If not, get the fuck out my way. I don't need no speed. I don't need no heroin. I don't want no coke. You can keep your ketamine. I'm a bassline junkie. I'm a bassline junkie. I'm a bassline junkie. And I like it funky. Big, dirty, stinking bass. Dirty, stinking bass. Big, dirty, stinking bass. Dirty, dirty, stinking big. Dirty, stinking bass. Dirty, stinking bass. Big, dirty, stinking bass. Bass, 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 bass. The other day I got a Nasbo order, and I think it's well out of order. All my neighbours throwing a fit, so I told them suck my dick. Then I told them I got the power, and I turned the music up louder. All night till 6 in the morning. Old bastards, they're just boring. You know me, I'm the bassline father.
Eric von Daniken believes these teachers from beyond may have taught the ancient Egyptians the secret of electricity thousands of years before it was discovered by modern man.
This is the temple of Osiris in Abydos, in Central Egypt. One of the most mysterious gifts has come down from heaven to earth. It is the so-called jet pillar. It has been suggested that it could be a symbol of fertility, or maybe a symbol of eternity, but also a symbol of power. What power? Do they maybe mean electricity?
Eric believes the jet pillar could have been used as some kind of electrical insulator, like you see at the top of modern power poles. But did the Egyptians have a way to generate electricity in the first place? According to von Daniken, a strange metal-lined vessel was found not far from central Egypt. From the outside, this exact replica looks like an ordinary clay jar. But when von Daniken pours in a common acidic liquid, like vinegar, this strange jar generates electricity like a battery. Now von Daniken searches for the ways that the ancient Egyptians might have used this electricity. In the basement of the Temple of Dendera in southern Egypt, his investigation uncovers a possible answer.
In this basement, there were different crypts, and in one of these crypts, we have fantastic reliefs on the wall.
Look closely. Von Daniken sees something that may look like a cord which leads to a socket. Attached to the socket might be some kind of filament, and on the outside is a transparent bubble. Could this be an image of an ancient Egyptian light bulb? Von Daniken and his associates decided to test this hypothesis in the laboratory.
We made a model of this electric bulb exactly in the same measurement. Would it work? Would it function? And it functioned. It works.
If, as Eric von Daniken believes, extraterrestrials brought light to the temples and crypts of ancient Egypt, did a possible close encounter in South America cause some darker consequences? What you're about to see might disturb you.
But there's more. Just like these jets, the brooches have delta-shaped wings. There is a rudder clearly shown, and, quite astonishingly, ailerons. All of these features are found on modern aircraft like the Space Shuttle. This golden model has thus left a fascinating mystery. Could this be a model of an aircraft that actually existed? Did the ancient Kimbayans understand how to fly over 1,000 years before the first recorded flight? Peter Belting is an aerodynamics expert. He has been fascinated with the enigmas surrounding the Kimbayans' golden insect. By constructing a 16:1 scale model of the artifact, he planned to unravel whether this stunning brooch was more like an insect or a supersonic modern aeroplane.
You have to find out during the flight, the first flight and so on, where is the center of gravity, what shape the rudder have to have, and so on, flying or not.
The results are stunning. What was once dismissed as a piece of jewelry modeled as an insect actually flies more like a 21st century aircraft.
We know about 20 of these similar artifacts, and they are something all the same shape, but we don't know the actual purpose of that.
Peter Belting's pioneering research is causing us to re-evaluate the accepted story of how mankind conquered the skies. But the true origins of the oldest flying machine may yet prove to be even earlier.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We have maintained for a very long time that the depiction here is of King Pakal sitting in some type of a spacecraft, because he is at an angle like modern-day astronauts upon liftoff. He's manipulating some controls right here. He has some type of a breathing apparatus or some type of a telescope in front of his face. His feet are on some type of a pedal. And down here, you have something that looks like an exhaust with flames.
In 2011, the strange carving on King Pakal's sarcophagus lid was translated into a 3D replica by model maker Paul Francis.
When I saw this, I instantly said, there's a guy in a space capsule. You know, it doesn't need to be spelled out for me. I don't have to find anything. It was already there. It was carved many, many years ago.
I think this is absolutely extraordinary, because this is definitely one of the most compelling pieces in the ancient astronaut theory. And to finally see Pakal as a 3D sculpture, to me, is a dream come true. For the longest time, we have said that what is on this Pakal lid is not something symbolic. It was something that the artist saw or was told about, and then he or she tried to recreate this on a slab. I love the craftsmanship. I love how you know, at the bottom of the Palenque slab, you see something like the flames.
It looks like fire.
Exactly.
And I had to do a little interpretive. I put engine bells on instead of the flame, but that's the thruster stage.
I also love the detail that you have underneath his right foot, where his foot is resting on a pedestal. And that is exactly what we can see on the Palenque slab, and how his hands are manipulating some controls. And also this kind of breathing apparatus that's going on in front of his nose.
The breathing apparatus is actually a very neat piece. It's called the giver of life. The soul transfers through this. And a giver of life to me would be air. I mean, we breathe air. This is a guy who needs this mass to survive.
Because where is he?
Outer space.
Yet when you look back at the astounding technical achievements from the ancient world, from the ancient Greeks, Romans, and Mesopotamians, many of their inventions seem remarkable and highly sophisticated. The ancients realized that it was possible to exploit natural forces in many ways, and even create automated machines. Many inventions were lost for thousands of years until they were reinvented in modern times. It is intriguing to imagine what other ancient discoveries are yet to be revealed. Egyptians developed a model for a full-size flying machine.
Which is not quite the same as a modern-day wing, but as a shape that will give some type of aerodynamic properties.
Theory.
The Saqqara bird has provoked this fascinating discussion as to whether the ancient Egyptians did actually know how to fly.
Because we haven't got a tailplane on this glider, we have no pitch control, it dives down, rolls over, and then just...
Feeding this new data into the flight simulator, Simon will carry out the final test flight of the Saqqara bird. As the pilot takes the controls, the model begins to climb towards the heavens. The Saqqara bird glides effortlessly high above the Egyptian plateau, riding the airstreams like an eagle. Over 2,000 years after the ancient Egyptians carved this mysterious bird, modern technology has proved beyond doubt that it could have flown.
It was incredible. And the Egyptians had very sophisticated knowledge in other areas, so why not in aerodynamics as well?
Could the Egyptians have stumbled unwittingly into a brilliant design, never realizing its incredible aerodynamic properties?
Formats. Back. Correct. Christy, in UK geography, the road called Watling Street that now forms part of the A5 was originally built by which civilization?
Apes.
The Romans. Steve, in
And anyone that makes up their mind before they hit an issue is a fucking fool, okay? everybody. No. Everybody's so busy wanting to be down with a gang. I'm a conservative, I'm liberal, I'm conservative. It's bullshit. Be a fucking person. Listen. Let it swirl around your head. Then form your opinion. No normal, decent person is one thing, okay?
The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy, they're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.